This is a quick video I hope will help someone out someday if they ever going through the same thing I have going through. I have an '02 Buick Rendezvous. Check engine light came on. Code was P0303, which is an engine misfire on third cylinder. Here's the firing order for the 3.4 liter V6 in a Buick Rendezvous and a lot of other GM cars. You see the cylinder 3 is the middle one in the back, and it's the third one from the left on the coil pack. So I pulled the plug out of the coil pack, and well, let me show you. What I found. Now, what I found is that there's some obvious damage to the wire. Hopefully replacing this will clear up my code. Now, that's not really the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is to talk about a few things because basically getting at the spark plugs on this motor in the back is impossible just reaching. What GM recommends that you do on these motors is roll the motor forward. You got to remove the two dog bones. The dog bones are these, the motor mounts. They're right here at the front of the engine. They go from this aluminum block to the block of the motor. Looks like that. It's just two bolts, front and back. And there's another one here on the other side. You remove those two, and then you roll the motor forward. Now that's the hard part. You can't just do it. They make a special tool for it, but I don't have the tool. I don't have access to one. So I'll tell you what I rigged up, which seems to have worked for me here. I used a ratcheting strap. I attached it here, right behind that strut, into a hole. And then back here, there's a little ring attached to the alternator bracket. Now you could potentially also use right here. There is a an engine loop that you could tie into with a ratcheting strap, but mine was a little too long for that. If I used that, then I wouldn't have enough length here to actually ratchet it down good. So I was able to get the motor to roll forward using that method. And then I had to just take the two bolts off the front of the put some light on the situation. Two bolts off the front of the coil pack, which mounts right on those bolt holes right there. Okay, and it also sits on two bolts. You can see the head of it right back there. The head of that bolt, it sits on that. There's a little hole there. I'm not going to be able to get it lined up right this second with one hand, but it just sits on that, and there's no nut back there holding it on. So it was just two nuts on the front. And then the coil pack comes loose, and then you can reach back there and get at the spark plugs quite easily. So I don't even know yet if this is going to fix my problem with the 0303. Maybe I'll update this video in a few minutes after I change the plugs, or the plug wires. But that wire was definitely damaged, so hopefully that is what was causing the problem. But really the purpose of the video is to show you that you can roll this motor forward with just a ratcheting strap or maybe a come along. I think a come along would be too long, but any way that you can roll this motor towards the front of the car will allow you access to the back of it. Hope this helps you. Just as a follow-up, you sit. I got my dog with me. Gonna take it for a quick test drive because it's working. Yeah, it turns out it was the spark plug wire. It was a real pain in the butt to get back there, and you know, once I did get back there, I realized also that the spark plug was loose inside the head. So I was actually kind of glad that the plug went bad, or the wire went bad, so I had to change it and check it. So I tightened up that plug, and no codes. It's running good. So I think we licked it. Oh, and for reference, if anyone else is doing a similar job, it is a 5/8 inch socket, or spark plug socket. So cheers. Yay! Yay! No CEL light. Now if I can just fix the airbag light, and the reason that the freaking gas gauge keeps going from full to empty all the time. This will be a nice car. $191,344 miles. Just broke in.